Welcome everybody to yet another Coffee Time with Hako, the show where I have my morning coffee and I app off into the void. Well met. What did I want to talk about today? I wanted to talk about something very freaking exciting. What should we label it? Features that I'm 100% sure will be coming to Zenless Zero also. That's a long one, let's see what I can slim it down to. But everybody, if you're a Honkai Star Rail fan, you know that we got some exciting freaking news this week. One, they are buffing old characters. We still don't know like the full extent of this, but we know that they're buffing old characters. So like, is that only gonna be the standard banner, or is it also gonna be like older event banner characters? Because take Sela, for example, that was my first main in Honkai Star Rail. Like, is she getting a buff? Because she's kinda redundant at this point, and dude, I would just love to see her make a comeback. But as of right now, we don't know, like, is this just standard or is it event banner characters? And another thing, in the 3.0 update, we also received some items. Items that makes like gear farming so much easier. And I'm 100% sure that these things will also make it into Zenless Zero. I am so freaking certain that, let's say, if this stuff, like if these things, both of them, haven't made it into the game by, should we say the second anniversary? I don't think it's gonna be that long at all. Let's just say the second anniversary, I'm giving away 50,000 polychromes. Sounds good? Alright. So, in Zenless Zero, we have, let's see what they're called. They are called the Tuning Calibrators. Now you can use these ones to like create one piece. Yes, the one piece is real. You can use this to create one disc piece and like choose the main stat of it. Now these ones are absolutely cursed, and every time you do this, you are ensured that your substats will suck ass. In Honkai Star Rail now, they kind of fixed this, or they've given us another tool to like ensure that you get some value out of these ones. They've given us some crystals, and you can use these crystals to also choose your substats. So for example, if you make a gear piece in there, you can pick crit damage for the chest piece, and then speed and crit rate, for example, as substats. But you know, you still aren't sure that when you level, it's gonna actually like level into those. Which you can be assured if you roll, you know, flat defense and flat HP, it's probably gonna go into that as well. But they've also given us a die that allows us to like reset that gear piece back to level 0, so like we can try and re-level it again. Anybody that's played any Hoyo Gacha, or Gachas in general, but especially Hoyo Gachas, knows the pain of like farming for like thousands of energy, finally getting that like god piece, and then what happens? It all levels into shit substats. And that piece ends up being useless. Well, now your god piece, like, you know, can get some second chances. Now, these materials are, of course, like very, very rare and all of that, but I am 100 billion% sure that these things will also make it into Zenless Zero. And I'm so certain that maybe you should not even be using your tuning calibrators right now until we have them, because I don't think it's gonna take that long. I think at max to like 2.0, so basically until the first anniversary. So after coming to this realization, I don't think I'll use any more tuning calibrators right now unless I desperately need a piece. Because as of right now, I think I've gotten value out of like one tuning calibrator out of 10. Because like I said, the substats usually just suck ass anyway. And as for the old character buffs, if Star Rail is doing it, you can bet your ass that Zenless is gonna be doing it. Do you know why Zenless has kind of become the like top of the line gacha on the market right now, from being a very overlooked and deemed as a failure by many at its launch, like where it is now? It is because one, they are super freaking good at like taking feedback for the game. If the players want something, the devs make sure that we get it. And if there is something in the game that, you know, bothers players, they make sure to get rid of it. Shout out to the TV modes. And you know what was my Genshin killer? Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail, in my opinion, took everything that like I found to be rough edges with Genshin, and they kind of just fixed those. Most like the mundane daily shit, the daily grind that just you know wore me out. Star Rail fixed that. You know what was my Honkai Star Rail killer? This. I still try to keep up with Star Rail, but Zenless has definitely like taken, you know, the main seat is taking the throne in my heart. I love this game. And a lot of it is that they are very, very dedicated to like, you know, actually making sure that the player experience is the best it can be. And just in 6 months time, we have more stuff to do at like endgame in this than we have in definitely in Genshin and in Honkai Star Rail. And we get more ambitious events, like, you know, events that actually alter gameplay and like that actually feels like proper events, and the rewards are worthwhile. And basically they've taken every quality of life that we've like gotten throughout the years with the previous titles, and they've just given it to us in 6 months with this. So if Honkai Star Rail is doing this, like there is not a single like snowball chance in hell that we are not getting all of the quality of life and like all of the additions Star Rail is getting. There's no chance that we aren't getting it. And like I said, I'm so certain of this that if both of these things haven't come true by the time of the second anniversary, I'm giving away a bunch of polychromes. So I'm excited about the substats, but I'm even more excited about like the character buffs to old characters. Because that is something we haven't seen in Genshin. Well, like we've never properly seen a buff in Genshin, except for, you know, Zhongli, but that's a different thing. So like the aspect of them like actually going back and buffing old characters, I think is amazing. Because right now we are, what are we, 7 months down the line of Zelda Zone Zero. And if we take a look at the standard banner cast, they are kinda redundant at this point, yeah? Like compare Grace to Yanagi. Like 7 months in, the standard banner cast is very outdated. Like, are they still usable? You know, definitely. But it still feels like a kick in the nuts, losing a 50-50 and, you know, getting Grace instead of Yanagi, or, you know, getting Grace instead of Soldier when she comes out. And this is obviously just gonna get worse with time. Like, we're 7 months in now, but imagine losing the 50-50 in 2 years' time, and, you know, it's not even gonna be funny. By that point, we're gonna have A ranks that vastly outperform the standard banner. And if Star Rail goes back and they buff the standard banner cost, we'll see it in here. I'm 100% sure we'll see it in Zelda Zone Zero. And honestly, that would be freaking dope. One of my biggest problems with horror games is that nothing ever gets added to the standard banner. Like losing a 50-50 in most other gacha games, you know, it can be alright because you can get like still a very high tier character, but losing a 50-50 in a horror game is, after some runtime, like a little bit of runtime, it is like getting the best character in the game or getting absolute shit. And I do believe that that is the quitting point for a lot of players. If you've been saving up for like patches for like, you know, a certain character that you really want. Yanagi comes out, you use all of your hard-earned pulls, and you lose to 50-50 and you get Grace. You then have to go to hard pity again because the rates are kinda low to get Yanagi. You know, a lot of people, they do not go to that hard pity again. They instead just, you know what, fudge this, and then they squander off. So I proposed some solutions to this. One solution is obviously add old characters into the banner. For example, my suggestion would be when it's time for like the second time a character reruns, say that Ellen reruns for a second time, when that rerun is done, she gets added into the standard banner. Same with all of the other characters, you know, second time Yanagi reruns after she's rerun into the standard banner. And I know this has to do with like some gambling laws or whatever, that they are not allowed to say that the character, like, you know, is exclusive and won't be added into the banner. That's why they can't add them. But, you know, this is a self-imposed limitation. You just stop putting it here. Like, it's so easy to get away with this. The limited S-rank agent above will not become available in the star-studded cast stable channel. You just don't have this line in and you will be fine. And if people really want the character, like, it's not like they're gonna wait until they become available in the stable channel anyway. Like, anybody that really wants Astra is not like, oh, you know, I'll just wait until she's on the standard banner. Like, that's not how it works. If a new character comes out that we want, we're obviously gonna be pulling for it on the event that it comes out on, when it's not, like, you know, diluted by a bunch of other characters. But another super viable option is, you know, at least buffing the cast that is the standard banner so that they are not complete absolute dog shit, you know, a few years down the line. And once again, if Star Rail is adding it, I would be so freaking surprised if the Zenless team aren't adding it into Zenless as well. So yeah, everybody, that's my coffee thoughts of today. What's your thoughts about it? Do you agree with me? Do you think that we're getting this? Or do you think I'm just coping and just hoping that it will come? Let me know in the comments. And you know what? Let's do another fun little thing. Now, I played some gacha games, but I played far from all of them. So, do you have like any mechanic in, you know, any given gacha game that you played that you would really like to see make its way into Zenless? You know, something from, say, Arc Knights or Fate Grand Order. What other stuff do we have? Dokkan Dragon Ball Reverse 99? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure there's a bunch of gacha games that does stuff that I don't even have any idea about. Everybody, thanks so much for watching Coffee Time with Hako. Until next time, Hako out.